Hello and welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. My name is Rebecca and today is all about zucchini. So if you're like me and you have a garden, or if you know anybody with a garden, you're probably up to your elbows in zucchini right now. And so I wanted to come up with some just different recipes instead of just traditional zucchini bread or just plain old sauteed vegetables. So I put together 3 different recipes that me and my family absolutely love, and I hope you will love them too. First up are these little zucchini rounds topped with grape tomatoes and herbs. Start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees. Measure out a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of dehydrated basil. I have made videos on both how to dehydrate and make onion powder and also how to dehydrate basil for dried basil. If you want to check those out, I will link them in this video. Mix them all together and set them aside. Next, you're going to take a medium-sized zucchini and cut it into slices about 1/4 inch thick. Place them on a baking sheet and top them with olive oil. Slice the tomatoes about the same thickness as you did the zucchini and put them on top. I'm using tomatoes from my garden. They're grape tomatoes. They're smaller. They fit perfectly on these zucchini rounds, but if you had a bigger zucchini and just bigger regular tomatoes that you wanted to use, that would work as well. Top the tomatoes again with olive oil and sprinkle with the seasoning that you prepared. Then top with grated Parmesan cheese. Place these in the oven for about 15 or 20 minutes or until the cheese has browned. These bite-sized zucchini rounds are perfect for a side dish, or you can even use them for an appetizer, and this by far has become one of my favorite new go-tos for a quick side dish for dinner. Recipe number 2 is perfect for those giant zucchinis that maybe got left in the garden for a few too many days. To make these quote-unquote breadsticks, start by preheating the oven to 425 degrees. Cut a large zucchini down the middle and scoop out all of the seeds. Then you can cut it into more manageable pieces and grate the zucchini over a bowl. For this recipe, you're going to want about 4 cups of grated zucchini. Once it's all grated, I like to top it with a little bit of salt and just let it sit for about 5 minutes. This just helps to draw out any of the moisture that's in there because you are ultimately going to be draining the zucchini. I have found the best method to drain zucchini is by placing all of it into a clean cotton kitchen towel, and then I just wrap it all up and wring out all of the moisture. Just make sure that you're using a 100% cotton towel, and you might want to use an older towel because it may stain it green. Once the zucchini is drained, you can add it back into the bowl and then mix in 1 egg, 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese, and 1 teaspoon each of salt and parsley. I'm using fresh parsley from my garden, but dried will also work as well. Mix everything up and then place it onto a baking sheet. I just use my hands for this part and I shape it into a rectangle that is about 1/2 inch thick. Put the pan into the oven and bake for 20 minutes, and then remove it from the oven after 20 minutes and top it with more cheese. I used a thick cut cheddar to top these breadsticks with, and then place them under the broiler just until the cheese begins to brown. Don't be like me and walk away and then forget, because I have done that almost every time that I have made these breadsticks. These are so cheesy and delicious and go really, really fast in my house. One of our new favorite recipes. This last recipe that I'm sharing with you today are these crunchy and delicious zucchini fries. For this recipe, you will preheat the oven to 425 degrees and then take 3 smallish to medium-sized zucchinis and slice them up into small French fry-like strips. I like to place the strips on a pan with a paper towel just to help draw out any extra moisture that is in them. This will help give you a zucchini fry that is not soggy. While the zucchini is sitting on a paper towel, mix together 2 eggs and a few dashes of salt and pepper. And then in a separate container, combine about a cup and a half of panko breadcrumbs, a quarter cup of cornmeal, and this is also going to help give them a nice crunch when they are done, and half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Dip the fries into the egg mixture and then just shake off any excess before you put them into the breadcrumbs. Make sure you fully coat them and then place them onto the pan. I used my hands for this, but you could use tongs if you didn't want to get your hands dirty. I ended up using 2 pans for this just because I didn't want it to be overcrowded. Once your pans are full, you're going to bake them for 10 minutes. After the 10 minutes is up, take them out and rotate them so they cook evenly on each side. Definitely use tongs for this, not your hands. Cook for another 15 minutes and then dip them in ranch dressing when they are done. These turned out so crunchy and delicious and are definitely another family favorite that we are going to add to our rotation. I really hope you enjoy these recipes and I hope you give them a try for yourself. I have a hard time picking out one of my favorites because I love them all. They're really versatile and go well with any summer dish that you are preparing. Let me know if you try them. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all soon.